The path to success, the road to a better life, begins with a single step, but it doesn't end there. In fact, it's the consistency of those steps that carries you forward. Success isn't about making one big leap or achieving a single breakthrough. It's about doing the right things day after day over time. The magic happens when you show up, and you show up consistently. If you commit to just 1 hour a day, it can change everything for you, but not just any hour. It has to be focused, purposeful, and deliberate. When we think about changing our lives, we often think it requires grand gestures, massive transformations, or overnight success. We see people on social media. We hear stories of those who seem to have made it, and we think they must have had some kind of secret formula. But let me share a truth with you. No one has a secret formula. Success comes from consistent, focused effort. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't going your way. If you take just 1 hour a day and put in the work, whether it's learning, improving, or working towards your goals, those small efforts add up. Think about this. If you commit 1 hour a day to something, reading, exercising, building a skill, improving your mindset, where could you be in a year? In 5 years? This is how the compound effect works. It's the little things done consistently that lead to the big results. But here's the key. You have to be consistent. You can't just do it for a week and then take a month off. You have to make that hour a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Consistency is what separates those who make it from those who don't. You've heard of the law of averages, right? If you do something often enough, the results will eventually show. It's not about being perfect every single time. It's about being persistent. Every day you show up, you get better. And every time you get better, you move closer to the person you want to become. It's the compound effect in action. Now, let's talk about why this 1 hour is so important. 1 hour a day doesn't feel like much. It might seem insignificant when you compare it to the demands of the rest of your day. But when you focus that 1 hour on something that moves you forward, whether it's learning a new skill, working on your physical health, or developing your emotional strength, it compounds over time. 1 hour a day, every day, adds up to 7 hours in a year. That's more than Sir Warfel days. That's enough time to make significant progress in almost any area of life. The real power comes from the routine. It's not the intensity of the hour, but the regularity. By committing to this hour every single day, you are creating a habit. And habits, when built intentionally, have the power to change everything. We all know how easy it is to get distracted, to fall into bad habits, or to put things off. But if you dedicate just 1 hour each day to something that serves your future, you are building the muscle of discipline. It's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like it, when you'd rather watch TV, when the distractions of life seem to pull you in every direction. But if you can push through those days and stick to your 1 hour, you will start to see the change. At first, it may feel slow. You might question whether it's really making a difference. But over time, you'll see the results. Success is like planting a seed. At first, there's no visible change. You water it, you nurture it, but you don't see anything growing above the surface. But eventually, that seed breaks through the ground, and then the growth happens fast. This is the power of consistency. It's not about seeing instant results. It's about trusting the process, knowing that if you keep showing up, your efforts will bear fruit. It's the small daily actions that lead to big changes. And 1 hour a day can set you on a path to greatness. Whether you're building a business, improving your health, learning a new language, or growing as a person, that 1 hour can be your secret weapon. Now, here's the challenge. Make that hour count. It's easy to waste time. We all do it, whether it's scrolling through social media, watching TV, or just zoning out. But this 1 hour should be sacred. It should be dedicated to something that will move you closer to your goals. Use it to learn something new, to work on a project, to meditate, to improve your skills. The key is to make it intentional. Don't let this hour slip away mindlessly. Hit count every single day. In time, that 1 hour will become a habit, and that habit will become part of who you are. When consistency becomes a part of your identity, success is inevitable. You will no longer have to motivate yourself to do it. It will just be what you do. The results will speak. Now, imagine the ripple effect of your daily 1 hour. It doesn't just impact you. When you improve, the people around you notice. You start to inspire others to take action in their own lives. You become a living example of what's possible when you commit to consistency. And that, my friend, is how you start to change your world. You are capable of more than you think. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is not some huge leap or miracle. It's the small actions you take consistently. It's the hour you dedicate each day to becoming better, to building the life you want. 1 hour a day. That's all it takes. The question is, will you commit to it? Will you make that hour a non-negotiable part of your life? Because when you do, you will begin to see the change. And the change will come not in one giant step, but in a series of small, consistent actions. That's how you'll build the life you deserve, 1 hour at a time. Part 1, setting the foundation for success doesn't come by chance. It doesn't happen in a moment of inspiration or a flash of luck. Success is built piece by piece through small, deliberate actions. But these actions must be intentional. You can't just drift through life and expect to get where you want to go. If you're going to change your life, you need a plan. And more importantly, you need a foundation on which to build that plan. Without the right foundation, your dreams, no matter how big, will crumble. Setting a solid foundation is what makes everything else possible. If you want to achieve anything worthwhile, you need to start with a strong base. Think of it like building a house. You can't just slap up walls and a roof and expect it to last. You need to make sure the foundation is secure. The same goes for your life. If you want to build something that lasts, you need to make sure you're laying the right groundwork first. This means getting clear on your goals, your values, and your vision for the future. To set the foundation for success, you first need to get clear on where you want to go. This isn't about just having a vague idea of success. It's about defining exactly what success looks like for you. What does your ideal life look like? What kind of person do you want to become? What do you want to achieve in the next year, 5 years, 10 years? Get specific. Write it down. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to take action. You can't hit a target if you don't know where it is. But getting clear on your goals is just the beginning. The next step is to align your actions with those goals. A goal without action is nothing more than a dream. And dreams without action tend to stay just that, dreams. That's why you need to make sure that everything you do moves you closer to your vision. Every action should be intentional. It should be purposeful. Every choice you make, every hour you spend, should be aimed at building the life you want. You can't be scattered in your approach to life. Too many people float from one thing to the next, never really committing to anything. They want to be successful, but they don't take the time to lay the foundation. They chase after shiny objects, hoping for a quick fix or a shortcut, but there are no shortcuts. You need to stay focused. And you need to be disciplined about how you use your time and energy. One of the most important things you can do when setting your foundation for success is to make sure your values are in alignment with your goals. What are your core values? What principles do you want to live by? These values will guide you through the tough times, the days when things aren't going your way. When your values are clear, you have something to fall back on. They become your compass, guiding your decisions, helping you stay on course, even when it's hard. Once your vision is clear and your values are aligned, you need to commit to the process. That's the foundation. The vision, the alignment with your values, and the commitment to do the work. This is where many people fail. They start with big dreams, but when the work gets tough or when they face obstacles, they give up. Success doesn't come easy. It requires hard work, persistence, and sometimes even sacrifice. But when you have a strong foundation, you'll be able to weather the storms and keep going. Building your foundation also means taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. You can't build a successful life if you're not in a good place. It starts with your health. Make sure you're eating well, getting exercise, and taking care of your body. Your body is the vehicle that will carry you to success, so treat it well. But physical health is just the beginning. You also need to focus on your mental health. That means managing stress, getting enough sleep, and making time for relaxation. And don't forget about emotional health. Learn to manage your emotions, stay positive, and build resilience so you can bounce back when things don't go according to plan. You can't build a foundation of success without a sense of purpose. If you're just going through the motions of life without a deeper meaning behind your actions, it's easy to lose motivation. Purpose gives you the energy to keep going, even when things get tough. It gives you the strength to push through the obstacles and stay focused on the bigger picture. And purpose comes from knowing what's truly important to you. When you lay the right foundation, you'll begin to notice that things start falling into place. It won't happen overnight, but over time, the efforts you put into building that foundation will begin to pay off. You'll start to make progress one step at a time, and eventually you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The foundation you lay today will determine the success you'll experience in the future. Think of it as an investment. Every choice you make, every step you take is an investment in your future. The stronger the foundation, the greater the success you'll be able to build on top of it. If you truly want to change your life, you can't skip this step. You can't jump to the fun part without making sure the foundation is solid. Without it, your dreams will remain dreams, fragile and vulnerable. But with a strong foundation, you have the strength and stability to build something truly lasting. So take the time now to lay the groundwork. Get clear on your goals, align your actions with your values, and commit to the process. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you build on a strong foundation, nothing can stop you. You'll be unstoppable, and your success will be inevitable. The choice is yours. Start building your foundation today. Part 2, the compound effect of time. Time is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. It's something we all have the same amount of 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week. The key difference between people who achieve their goals and those who don't often comes down to how they use that time. It's not about having more time, it's about making the most of the time you have. The idea that a single hour a day can change your life is rooted in something deeper, effect of time. It's about understanding that small, consistent actions, when done over time, can lead to extraordinary results. We live in a world where everything seems to demand our attention. Between work, family, social obligations, and everything else that fills our days, it's easy to feel like there's never enough time to focus on what really matters. But here's the truth, we all have time. The real question is how we choose to use it. Time, like money, is an asset. You can either squander it or you can invest it. And when you invest your time wisely, even a small amount can produce powerful results. 1 hour a day, that's all it takes. 1 hour of focused effort towards your goals. Imagine what would happen if you dedicated just 1 hour a day to something that truly matters to you. Maybe it's learning a new skill, building your business, or improving your health. In just 1 year, that hour will add up to 365 hours. That's the equivalent of full days of work, progress, and growth. Think about the difference you could make in your life in a year if you dedicated just 1 hour each day to becoming better. But it's not just about the quantity of time, it's the quality. You don't need to spend all day on something to make progress. What matters is how focused and deliberate you are during that time. That's the compound effect at work. The small, consistent actions you take every day, over time, compound to create big results. It's like putting a small deposit into your future every day. It might not feel like much in the moment, but over time, those small investments add up to something significant. Let's say you spend just 1 hour a day reading or learning something new. Over the course of a year, you'll have read 12 to 15 books, depending on how fast you read. That knowledge doesn't just disappear. It starts to shape the way you think, the decisions you make, and how you approach life. That 1 hour a day can make you a completely different person in a year. It's the same with your physical health. 1 hour a day of exercise, of building strength and endurance, compounds over time. Those small daily actions add up to long-term transformation. But this isn't just about personal growth, it's about momentum. When you commit to using your time wisely, day in and day out, you start to build momentum. And momentum is a powerful force. Once you gain it, it becomes easier and easier to keep moving forward. What starts as 1 hour a day can become 2, 3, or even more, simply because the habit is ingrained. When you start to see the results of your efforts, you become more motivated to keep going. You begin to see time as an ally rather than a constraint. Here's the thing, the compound effect doesn't work just because you put in the time. It works because you're consistent. Success isn't built on a single, isolated action. It's the result of the small things you do every day. It's the result of staying committed, even when things aren't easy, even when you don't see immediate results, where most people fail. They get discouraged after a few days, a few weeks, or a few months because they don't see immediate changes. But success is about long-term things. It's about trusting the process, even when you can't see the end result right away. Time is the great equalizer. We all get the same 24 hours. It's how we use those hours that makes the difference. When you commit to investing just 1 hour a day, it doesn't seem like much in the short term. But over time, that hour becomes your greatest asset. It's the secret to long-term success. It's how small changes add up to massive transformations. It's how you become the person you've always wanted to be. Think about the people who have achieved extraordinary things. Did they have more time than you? No. They simply made better use of the time they had. They were consistent. They understood the power of the compound effect. They knew that if they put in the work day after day over time, they would reap the rewards. The same is true for you. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is how you use your time. Time is precious, but it's also a tool. And when you use it wisely, you can achieve things you never thought possible. 1 hour a day doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consistently show up and put in the effort, that hour becomes transformative. The compound effect of time is the quiet power behind every success story. It's what turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. So ask yourself, what can you accomplish if you give just 1 hour a day to your goals? The answer, my friend, is more than you can imagine. The key is to start. Invest your time, 1 hour at a time, and watch how it compounds. You have the power to change your life 1 hour at a time. Part 3, investing in yourself. One of the most powerful and underrated things you can do to change your life is invest in yourself. It may sound simple, but the truth is that far too many people overlook this step focusing instead on external circumstances or waiting for the right opportunity to come along. The reality is that the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. No one else can shape your future for you. Your growth, your success, and your happiness start with what you choose to do for yourself today. We live in a world that constantly asks us to do more, to give more, to be more. And often, we end up pouring so much of ourselves into work, relationships, and external obligations that we forget about the most important investment of all, investing in our own personal development. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, and feel like there's no time left to focus on ourselves. But the truth is, if you don't make time for your own growth, you'll never reach your full potential. The good news is, investing in yourself doesn't require a huge financial commitment. It doesn't always mean enrolling in expensive courses or buying the latest gadgets. Sometimes the most important investments are small, consistent actions. It's about making a daily commitment to yourself and your growth. It's about dedicating time each day to learning, to developing new skills, and to becoming a better version of yourself. 1 hour a day, that's all it takes. Start by investing in your knowledge. Knowledge is one of the most valuable assets you can own. Every successful person I know has one thing in common: they never stop learning. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, listening to podcasts, or watching educational videos, they're always looking for ways to expand their minds and improve their understanding of the world. Knowledge doesn't just change your perspective, it opens doors that you might not have even known existed. 1 hour a day of learning can change the course of your entire life. Think about it. If you commit to reading just Senzer's minutes a day, you'll read dozens of books each year. And that knowledge can shape how you think, how you act, and ultimately how successful you become. But investing in yourself goes beyond just acquiring knowledge. It's also about investing in your health. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life. If you neglect it, everything else will eventually suffer. It doesn't matter how ambitious your goals are or how much potential you have. If your body is not functioning at its best, you won't be able to reach your full potential. Exercise, eating well, getting enough rest, these are all ways to invest in your health. But it's not just about looking good. It's about feeling good, having the energy to pursue your dreams, and having the mental clarity to make decisions that move you closer to your goals. In addition to investing in your body, you must invest in your emotional and mental well-being. This is something many people neglect, yet it is just as important, if not more so, than anything else. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. Your mental and emotional state determines how you handle these situations. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you rise above it? Do you let failure hold you back, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow? Building mental and emotional resilience is an investment that will pay dividends for the rest of your life. Take the time to nurture your mind. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or journaling. Spend time reflecting on your thoughts and emotions. Understand what drives you, what holds you back, and how you can shift your mindset to one of growth and possibility. The stronger your mental and emotional foundation, the more resilient you'll become in the face of adversity. The ability to handle stress, remain calm under pressure, and keep a positive outlook in difficult situations is one of the greatest assets you can have. It's an investment that pays off in every area of life, from your career to your relationships. So another critical investment is in your relationships. Success is never achieved in isolation. Your network, your support system, and your relationships with others play a huge role in your growth. You need to surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, and who support your journey. It's easy to fall into the trap of staying in relationships that are comfortable or familiar, but if those relationships aren't helping you grow, they can hold you back. Invest in relationships that add value to your life, that push you to be better. Be intentional about building a network of people who align with your values and goals. Investing in yourself also means giving yourself the space to rest and recharge. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving to others and never taking time for yourself, you'll eventually burn out. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You can't perform at your best if you're running on empty. So, take time each day to relax, to enjoy hobbies, to spend time with loved ones, and to recharge your mental and emotional batteries. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to take care of others and perform at a high level in all areas of your life. The key to investing in yourself is consistency. You don't have to make drastic changes all at once, but you must make the effort every day. Small, incremental improvements made consistently over time lead to massive results. 1 hour a day, 1 hour of reading, exercising, meditating, working on your goals adds up over the long term. The time you spend investing in yourself is never wasted. Every minute you dedicate to your growth compounds into something bigger. The results of investing in yourself are not always immediately visible, but over time, you will start to notice changes. You'll become more confident in your abilities. Your mindset will shift from one of limitation to one of possibility. You'll become more resilient in the face of challenges. And the best part is, the more you invest in yourself, the more you realize that there's always more to discover, more to learn, and more to grow into. So ask yourself, how much are you willing to invest in your future? Your greatest asset is not your job, your car, or your house. It's you. The person you are today is the person who will shape your future. If you want a better life, a better career, and better relationships, start by making yourself a priority. Invest in your knowledge, your health, your mindset, your relationships, and your growth. When you make the commitment to invest in yourself, you'll find that the returns are far greater than anything you could have imagined. The best part? You'll never stop reaping the rewards. Every hour you invest today compounds into a brighter tomorrow. Part 4, Mastering Time Management. Time management is not about filling your day with more things to do. It's about making the best use of the time you already have. We all have RC's hours in a day. What we choose to do with that time is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who struggle. The truth is, we all have the same amount of time. What matters is how we use it. Mastering time management isn't just a productivity hack. It's the key to living a fulfilling, successful life. When you take control of your time, you take control of your future. We live in a world that demands more and more from us. With constant distractions, endless to-do lists, and a culture that values busy over productive, it's easy to feel like there's never enough time. But time is not the problem. How you manage it is. The first step to mastering time management is realizing that time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can never get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So why not make the most of it? Mastering time management doesn't require drastic changes or complicated systems. It's about being intentional with your time and making small, smart adjustments that compound over time. It starts with one simple principle: prioritize. We often try to do too many things at once, believing that multitasking will help us get ahead. But the truth is, multitasking doesn't work. It divides your attention and prevents you from doing anything well. Focus on one thing at a time. When you dedicate your attention to the most important tasks, you'll do them better, faster, and with greater clarity. The first step in mastering your time is identifying your priorities. What is most important to you right now? Is it your health, your career, your relationships? Once you identify your top priorities, you can start allocating your time to the things that matter most. It's easy to get caught up in things that are urgent but not important. Emails, meetings, messages, and random distractions can fill your day and leave you with little time for what truly matters. But when you learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals, you free up time for what's important. Prioritize your most important tasks and do them first. Next, plan your day. Successful people don't leave their day to chance, they plan it out. Whether it's the night before or the first thing in the morning, take a few minutes to map out your day. What tasks will you tackle? What are your non-negotiables? Planning your day helps you stay focused and avoid wasting time deciding what to do next. Without a plan, it's easy to get distracted or overwhelmed. But when you have a clear roadmap, you can stay on track and make steady progress towards your goals. When you plan your day, don't just focus on the big tasks. Break them down into smaller, more manageable chunks. A large project can feel daunting, but when you break it down into smaller steps, it becomes much more achievable. Instead of thinking about a huge task like write a book, break it down into write ubacked words today. This makes the task less intimidating and keeps you moving forward. This is a key principle of time management. Small steps, consistently taken, add up to big results over time. Time management also involves eliminating distractions. We live in a world full of interruptions. Every ding from your phone, every email that pops up, every notification that demands your attention takes you away from what you're trying to focus on. To master time management, you need to create an environment that helps you focus. Turn off notifications when you're working on something important. Set specific times to check your email and messages instead of constantly reacting to them. If you're working from home, create a designated workspace where you can be productive without distractions. The more you can limit interruptions, the more focused and efficient you'll be. Another key element of time management is delegation. You can't do everything yourself. Successful people understand this. They know when to delegate tasks to others in order to free up their time for what matters most. Delegating doesn't mean you're not working hard. It means you're working smart. Identify tasks that someone else can handle and give them the responsibility. Whether it's delegating work to others at your job, outsourcing tasks at home, or asking for help from your friends and family, delegating allows you to focus on the things that only you can do. The concept of batching is another powerful tool for mastering time management. Instead of jumping from one task to the next, group similar tasks together and tackle them in one go. For example, if you have several small tasks that involve answering emails or phone calls, batch them together. Instead of answering emails throughout the day, set aside one block of time to go through them all at once. This helps you stay focused and prevents you from constantly switching gears, which can be mentally exhausting. But even with all the planning, prioritizing, and batching in the world, there will be times when things don't go as planned. And that's okay. Flexibility is a critical part of time management. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes the unexpected happens. The key is to stay adaptable and not let the disruption derail your entire day. When things don't go according to plan, simply regroup, reprioritize, and keep moving forward. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means being resilient in the face of challenges and finding new ways to stay on track. It's also important to recognize that rest is part of time management. We often think that the more hours we work, the more productive we are. But the truth is, working non-stop leads to burnout. Rest and recovery are just as important as work. When you take time to recharge, you come back more focused, energized, and creative. Don't feel guilty for taking breaks or time off. It's not about how many hours you work. It's about how effectively you use the time you have. A well-rested mind is far more productive than a tired one. The final piece of mastering time management is reviewing and adjusting. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on what you accomplished. Did you hit your targets? Were there things you didn't get to? What worked well, and what could you improve? By taking time to review your day, you'll start to identify patterns and habits that help or hinder your productivity. Over time, you can refine your time management techniques to make them even more effective. Time management isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. It's about prioritizing your goals, focusing your energy on what really matters, and eliminating distractions. It's about planning, organizing, and using your time intentionally. Time is a resource you can never get back, so make sure you're using it wisely. Master your time, and you'll master your life. Time is your most valuable asset. Treat it with respect, and it will reward you with the success you've always wanted. Part 5, creating the difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to one thing: habits. Habits. Habits are the silent drivers of our success. They shape our daily lives, our mindset, and ultimately our future. Success isn't just about having one great idea or making one big leap forward. Success is built day by day through the habits we create. It's those small, consistent actions that compound over time and lead to big results. If you look at anyone who's achieved something significant, you'll find one common thread: they've mastered their habits. Whether it's in their personal life, their business, or their health, successful people have intentionally built habits that serve their long-term goals. And the best part is, you can do the same. You can build habits that will transform your life too. Creating lasting habits isn't about willpower. It's not about trying harder or forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. The secret to lasting habits lies in consistency and structure. When you make something a habit, you don't have to rely on motivation or willpower anymore. It becomes automatic. And when something becomes automatic, it's no longer a struggle. It's just part of who you are. The first step in creating lasting habits is start small. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to create new habits is going all in too fast. They want to go from 0 to 100 overnight. But that's not how habits work. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life in a week, start with small, manageable actions that you can easily integrate into your daily routine. If you want to exercise more, don't start by committing to an hour at the gym every day. Start with 10 or 15 minutes of activity and build from there. Small, consistent actions are far more effective than trying to force yourself into something that feels overwhelming. Another key to creating lasting habits is making them non-negotiable. The more you treat your new habit as something optional, the less likely it is to stick. If you want to build a habit of exercise, for example, don't tell yourself you'll try to work out a few times a week. Instead, commit to it. Make it non-negotiable. Schedule it into your day as if it's an appointment with yourself that you can't miss. When you treat a habit as a non-negotiable, it becomes a part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or eating meals. It becomes one of the most powerful ways to build lasting habits is by anchoring them to something you already do. This is known as habit stacking. You already have daily habits that you don't even think about. Things like brushing your teeth, having a cup of coffee, or getting out of bed in the morning. These are the perfect moments to anchor new habits. For example, if you want to build a habit of journaling, you can anchor it to the habit of having your morning coffee. Every time you sit down for your coffee, you journal for 5 minutes. Or, if you want to develop a reading habit, you could stack it with your habit of winding down at night. After brushing your teeth, you read one chapter of a book before going to sleep. The key is to choose an existing habit to anchor your new one, so it becomes easier to remember and stick with it. Creating lasting habits. When you tell someone about your goals or intentions, you're more likely to follow through. Find an accountability partner or share your goals with a friend or family member. It could be as simple as telling someone, "I'm committing to working out for certain minutes every morning this week," and having them check in with you. Accountability makes the process more real and helps you stay on track, especially on the days when motivation is low. But don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. One of the biggest barriers to creating lasting habits is the fear of failure. People often think that if they miss one day, they've failed. But that's simply not true. The most important thing is consistency, not perfection. Life happens. There will be days when you miss your workout, eat something you didn't plan to, or skip your reading. It's okay. Don't let one mistake derail your progress. The key is to get back on track the next day. The more you focus on consistency rather than perfection, the easier it will be to build habits that last. Over time, your new habits will start to feel like second nature. They'll become ingrained in your daily routine, and you won't have to think about them anymore. This is when the real magic happens. You won't have to force yourself to do things anymore. They'll become automatic, and you'll start seeing the results, whether it's better health, improved skills, or more focus on your goals. It's important to remember that habits are a reflection of who you are. Every habit you create is a choice you make about the kind of person you want to become. When you start building positive habits, you're essentially shaping your future self. It's not about the goal you want to achieve in a year, or two. It's about who you are becoming in the process. Every time you make the decision to practice a good habit, you're reinforcing the person you want to be. Habits also have a cumulative effect. The small things you do every day add up to big results over time. If you commit to reading for just 15 minutes a day, in a year, you'll have read over 5,000 pages. If you commit to exercising for just 20 minutes a day, in a year, you'll have invested over 120 hours into improving your physical health. That's the power of consistency. That's the power of habits. Over time, the things that seem small and insignificant today will become the foundation of your success tomorrow. The key to lasting habits is making them a part of who you are, not just something you try to do. When you start seeing yourself as someone who works out, someone who reads, someone who is focused and disciplined, the habits become part of your identity. And when something becomes part of your identity, it sticks. You don't have to fight for it anymore. It becomes a natural part of your routine. Creating lasting habits is the foundation of a successful, fulfilling life. It's not about doing a million things perfectly. It's about doing a few things consistently. So, take small steps, be consistent, and build your habits one day at a time. The results will compound, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize that the small habits you created today are what transformed your life tomorrow. The best time to start is now. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your habits shape the future you want. Part 6, Leveraging Knowledge for Growth. The world we live in today is built on knowledge. Information is at our fingertips. Technology has made it easier than ever to learn anything we want. Yet, despite this abundance of resources, too many people don't take full advantage of the opportunity to grow. They may know that knowledge is power, but they don't understand how to use that power to their benefit. Knowledge alone won't change your life, but when you leverage it correctly, it has the potential to transform everything, from your personal development to your professional success. The key is not just accumulating knowledge, but applying it. Too many people spend time learning without ever taking action. They read a book, listen to a podcast, attend a seminar, but then don't put what they've learned into practice. Knowledge, in and of itself, is useless if it's not acted upon. The real value comes from turning knowledge into action, from applying what you've learned in real-life situations. It's the application of knowledge that leads to growth. One of the most powerful ways to leverage knowledge for growth is by becoming a lifelong learner. The most successful people in the world are constantly learning. They don't just rely on what they already know. They seek out new information, challenge their assumptions, and stay curious. When you commit to lifelong learning, you're opening yourself up to new opportunities, new perspectives, and new ways of thinking. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is still to discover. The key is to never stop learning, no matter where you are in your life or career. One of the best places to start is by reading. Books are a gold mine of knowledge. There's a reason why some of the most successful people in the world read hundreds of books a year. Reading allows you to tap into the experiences, wisdom, and insights of others. It expands your mind, exposes you to new ideas, and gives you tools that you can apply to your own life. Whether it's reading about business, personal development, health, or even fiction, reading helps you think critically, solve problems, and grow in ways you never imagined. The beauty of books is that they provide you with knowledge that you can take and use for yourself. The more books you read, the more you equip yourself for success. But knowledge isn't just about books. Podcasts, seminars, and online courses are also great ways to expand your knowledge base. They provide you with the flexibility to learn on the go, whether you're driving, exercising, or waiting for a meeting. In today's digital age, there's no shortage of free and low-cost resources that you can access at any time. The key is to be intentional about what you're learning. Don't just consume information for the sake of it. Focus on areas that align with your goals and your growth. Choose topics that challenge you, that push you outside your comfort zone, and that help you become better in every aspect of your life. Mentorship is another powerful way to leverage knowledge. The most successful people in the world didn't get there on their own. They had mentors who guided them, shared their experiences, and helped them avoid mistakes. A mentor is someone who has already walked the path you want to follow, someone who can offer valuable insights and advice based on their own journey. Having a mentor shortens your learning curve because they can teach you things that would take you years to figure out on your own. Mentorship is about learning from someone else's knowledge and applying it to your own life, while also building relationships that will support your personal and professional growth. But even with all the knowledge in the world, it's application that truly leads to growth. It's not enough to just know something. You have to do something with it. Knowledge is a tool, and like any tool, it only has value when it's used correctly. For example, let's say you read a book on time management and you learn all the strategies for staying organized and productive. If you don't put those strategies into practice, they don't help you at all. The true power of knowledge is unlocked when you use it to make improvements in your life. Knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It might look good, but it doesn't go anywhere. To leverage knowledge for growth, you must take immediate action on what you learn. As soon as you discover something new, put it into practice. If you're learning about productivity, start using the techniques the moment you finish reading about them. If you're learning about health and wellness, start applying the tips the next day. The more you apply what you learn, the more it becomes ingrained in your life. And over time, those small actions will compound into big changes. Another key to leveraging knowledge is teaching others. One of the best ways to reinforce what you've learned is to teach it to someone else. When you explain a concept or idea to someone else, you solidify your own understanding. It forces you to process the information more deeply and see how it applies to different situations. Teaching also helps you refine your own knowledge, and it can open up new insights that you hadn't considered before. Whether it's mentoring someone at work, sharing your knowledge with a friend, or even creating content that helps others, teaching reinforces your learning and helps you grow in ways you can't achieve just by reading or listening. You can also leverage knowledge by setting goals based on what you've learned. Once you've acquired new knowledge, use it to set specific, measurable goals for your life. For example, if you've learned new strategies for improving your health, set a goal to implement those strategies in your daily routine. If you've learned new skills for your career, set a goal to apply them in your job or start a new project. The more you align your goals with the knowledge you've gained, the faster you'll see results. Knowledge becomes actionable when you tie it to specific goals that you can measure and track. It's important to remember that knowledge is not a destination, it's a journey. The more you learn, the more you realize there's always something new to discover. Don't get complacent or stop seeking knowledge because you think you know enough. The most successful people are the ones who understand that knowledge is a lifelong pursuit. There's always something new to learn, always a better way to do things, always room for growth. Knowledge isn't something you accumulate once and forget about. It's something you continuously seek and apply. Finally, remember that the application of knowledge is a key differentiator between those who succeed and those who don't. You can read all the books in the world, attend all the seminars, and listen to every podcast, but none of that matters unless you put it into practice. Action is the bridge between what you know and what you achieve. It's when you start applying knowledge that you unlock its true potential and use it to fuel your growth. Leverage knowledge for your growth by becoming a lifelong learner, seeking out new information, and applying what you learn in practical ways. Whether it's reading, listening, or mentoring, always strive to deepen your understanding and use that knowledge to improve your life. Knowledge is power, but only when you use it to make real changes. So make it your mission to leverage what you know, act on it, and continue learning as you grow toward your fullest potential. Part 7, developing emotional and mental strength are often what separates those who achieve great things from those who struggle. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true strength is tested when life gets tough. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable. The question isn't whether you'll face them, it's how you will respond when they come. How respond? Will you let adversity knock you down and keep you there? Or will you rise stronger, wiser, and more determined? Developing emotional and mental strength is the key to navigating life's ups and downs with resilience, focus, and confidence. It's important to recognize that emotional and mental strength aren't innate traits that some people are born with and others aren't. They're skills that anyone can develop with time, effort, and practice. Just like building physical strength requires consistent training and effort, so does building emotional and mental strength. It's a muscle you can grow, and it's something that pays off in every area of life, whether it's your career, your relationships, or your personal well-being. One of the first steps in developing emotional and mental strength is embracing discomfort. So often people avoid discomfort because it feels too painful or too difficult. But discomfort is a natural part of life, and it's through facing it that we grow. Emotional strength comes from being able to sit with discomfort and not let it control you. It's about being able to move through difficult situations without letting them overwhelm you. When you embrace discomfort, you stop running from challenges, and instead you start growing from them. Think about the times in your life when you faced a difficult situation and come out stronger on the other side. Maybe it was a tough relationship, a career setback, or a personal failure. The most valuable lessons you learned came from those experiences. You learned resilience. You learned perseverance. You learned how to handle your emotions in the face of adversity. Those challenges, though difficult at the time, became the foundation of your emotional strength. The same is true for future challenges. Every time you face adversity, you have the opportunity to grow stronger. Another key element of mental and emotional strength is self-awareness. It's impossible to build strength if you don't understand where you're starting from. Self-awareness allows you to recognize your thoughts, emotions, and triggers. It helps you understand why you react the way you do in certain situations. When you're self-aware, you can better manage your emotions and thoughts instead of letting them control you. You can acknowledge your fear, anxiety, or frustration without letting those feelings dictate your actions. The more aware you are of your emotional landscape, the better you'll be at managing it and staying calm under pressure. A great way to build self-awareness is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. It means paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Mindfulness helps you create a space between stimulus and response, so you can choose how you react instead of automatically reacting based on old habits or emotions. It's a powerful tool for building emotional and mental strength because it helps you stay grounded even when things around you feel. Developing a growth mindset is another critical aspect of emotional and mental strength. People with a growth mindset believe that they can improve, learn, and develop their abilities no matter their current situation. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, not as insurmountable obstacles. They don't fear failure because they understand that failure is part of the learning process. So, if you want to build mental and emotional strength, you need to adopt a mindset that embraces growth and learning. View every failure as a lesson, every challenge as an opportunity to improve, and every setback as a stepping stone toward your goals. When you have a growth mindset, you start to see yourself as capable of handling whatever comes your way. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start viewing yourself as someone who can learn, adapt, and grow no matter the situation. This mindset shift is incredibly powerful because it puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. It helps you take control of your reactions and decisions rather than letting external circumstances control you. The final piece of emotional and mental strength is developing your support network. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. Building strong relationships with family, friends, mentors, or colleagues can provide you with the emotional support you need to stay strong during difficult times. When you have a solid support system, you can lean on others for guidance, encouragement, and perspective when things get tough. A strong support network helps you maintain your emotional balance and reminds you that you're not alone in your struggles. So, if you want to build emotional and mental strength, start today. Embrace discomfort. Be self-aware. Cultivate a growth mindset. Be kind to yourself. Manage stress. And lean on the people who support you. Over time, these practices will build the strength you need to tackle life's challenges and keep moving forward no matter what. As we wrap up, it's important to remember that emotional and mental strength isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a continuous journey, one that requires patience, practice, and persistence. The challenges you face today are the very things that will shape you into the person you're becoming. Every setback, every failure, every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to grow stronger. And it's through these moments that your true strength will shine. The process of developing emotional and mental strength is about building resilience. It's about learning how to stay focused and positive even when life doesn't go according to plan. plan. It's about refusing to let fear, doubt, or adversity dictate your future. Every small step you take, whether it's embracing discomfort, practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, or managing stress, builds the foundation for the life you want to create. But this journey doesn't end here. What you do after today is what matters most. What will you do tomorrow to continue building your strength? How will you apply what you've learned? The true measure of your strength is not how you feel when things are easy. It's how you respond when life gets tough. When you develop the emotional and mental fortitude to face life's challenges, there's nothing that can stand in your way. So, don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. Start now. Make the decision today to embrace your growth, build your resilience, and unlock the strength within you. You are capable of far more than you realize. Trust the process, believe in yourself, and take consistent action. You've got what it takes to rise above any obstacle, to overcome any challenge, and to create the life you deserve. Your journey is just beginning. And with every step, you'll grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next chapter. Keep moving forward, and remember, the best version of you is waiting just beyond the next challenge.